Welcome to the lecture series on information theory and coding. So today is lecture number 10 on module number 1. In previous class we were discussing about this entropy of the Markov sources. So today we will continue with the same. We will see some more problems on this. In previous class we have seen two problems on the Markov source and how to calculate the entropy of the each state of this Markov source and also the entropy of the source, final source. We have seen how to write the state equations from state diagram. Okay. So today we will continue with the same thing. So today we will see one problem determining the code tree, where we are finding the different symbols for a second and third extension representing the second and third states, or we also call as a second and third symbol emission, symbol interval. Okay, so let me start with this class with this example number 26. So write down this example first. The state diagram of a Markov source is shown below. So this is the state diagram. So find the entropy H of the source and find G1, G2 and G3 and verify that G1 is greater than G2, greater than G3, greater than H. So this H is the entropy of the source, not of the single state, but of the source. Okay. So from the previous class, we already know how to calculate the entropy H of the source. So first we need to write the state transition equations from the state diagram and then use those equations to find out the probabilities of different states or different symbols emitted by the source. Okay. And then find the entropy of each state and then find the entropy of the source. Okay. So in previous class, we were discussing about the entropy equation for this Markov source. So in that, we have one more thing, that is H of S bar, which is called as an adjoint source. So today we will discuss all that also. So first let's see the solution for the first subportion. So from the state diagram, let's first write the state equations. So P1, so 1 is one state and 2 is second state. So from this state, if a symbol emits, coming to the same state, then we have the symbol emitted is X with the probability 2/3. So let me repeat it once again. So there is one transition from this state to the same state itself. So during this transition, there is one symbol emitted and that symbol is X and the probability of emission is 2/3. In the same way, from state 1 to state 2. So there is one transition. So during this transition, one symbol is emitted and that symbol is Z and that symbol is emitted with the probability 1/3. And from the state 2, we have two transitions. So there are two symbols that can be emitted from this state. So if the symbol Y is emitted, then we have a transition from 2 to itself, from state 2 to state 2 itself. And the emission of this symbol Y occurs with the probability 3/4. And there is one more transition from state to state 1. So during this transition, we have a symbol emitted Z and the probability of emission of this symbol is 1/4. Okay. So from the state diagram, the state equations are P of 1, probability of state 1 is equal to 2/3 into P of 1 plus 1/4 into P of 2. So to write the state equations, we already discussed in our previous class what transitions we need to consider here. To write the state equations, which transitions we are considering? Which transitions? We have two types of transitions, incoming and outgoing. Okay. To
Incoming.
write state equations, which transitions we need to consider?
Incoming.
So incoming transitions for that state. Okay. So right now we are considering the state number 1. So for this state, what are the incoming transitions? We have one incoming transition from itself. Okay. So with the probability 2 by 3 from P of 1 to P of 1. Next from 2 to 1, we have one transition, incoming transition. And the symbol emitted is Z, but the probability that is given is 1 by 4. So that is 1 by 4 into P of 2. Okay. So in the same way, for the state 2, the equation is P of 2 is equal to incoming transitions. We have one incoming transition from itself with a probability 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 into P of 2 plus we have one transition, incoming transition to the state 2 from 1 with the probability 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 P of 1. So using these two equations, we need to find the probabilities of P of 1 and P of 2. So from equation 1, so let's consider this equation. So if we transmit this term to the left hand side, so this is what we get, 1 by 3 of P of 1 is equal to 1 by 4 of P of 2. So from this equation, P of 1 is calculated as 3 by 4 of P of 2. So keep it as it is. So we know that the sum of probabilities of all symbols emitted by the source is always equal to 1. So here it is the sum of all states of the source is equal to 1. So we have two states, 1 and 2. So probability of these will be equal to 1. Always it is equal to 1. So P of 1 plus P of 2 is equal to 1. So here instead of P of 1, let's substitute for P of 2. So we have 3 by 4 P of 2 for P of 1. So substituting, you will get P of 2 is equal to 4 by 7. So this value is substituted in this equation. We get P of 1 is equal to 3 by 7. So this is 3 by 7. Okay. So now we need to calculate the entropy of the source. So before calculating the entropy, first we need the entropy of each state. Okay. Because here we have the different states. So let's first calculate the entropy of each state. So for state 1, okay, so H1 is equal to summation J equal to 1 to 2 P1J log 1 by P1J. So where this I, we are taking it as 1 for the first state. Okay, so this is equal to P11 log 1 by P11 plus P12 log 1 by P12. So substituting the values, P11 is the probability of transition from 1 to 1. So probability of transition from 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 is this transition, and the probability of this transition is 2 by 3. So that is what we are substituting here, 2 by 3 log 3 by 2 plus probability of transition from 1 to 2. From 1 to 2. From 1 to 2 we have a probability of 1 by 3. So that value is substituted here, 1 by 3. So after the calculation, this is what we get, 0.9183 bits per message symbol. Per message symbol. So similarly for second state, state 2. For state 2, H2 is equal to summation J equal to 1 to 2 P2J. Now I value will become 2. So in the previous, for first state, it was 1. So now for second state, it is 2. P2J log 1 by P2J. So H2 is equal to 1 by 4. Substituting these values, 1 by 4 log 4 plus 3 by 4 log 4 by 3. So here the probabilities that we get is P21 and P22. So what is the probability of P21? P21 is the transition from 2 to 1. It is 1 by 4. So that is what substituted here 1 by 4, and P to 2, probability of transition from 2 to 2, from 2 to 2 itself, it is 3 by 4. So that is what it is substituted here, 3 by 4 log 4 by 3. So after calculation, this is what we get, 0.8113 bits per message symbol. Okay. So now calculating the entropy of the entire source. Okay. Entire Markov source. So the equation, we already know that it is the weighted average of the entropy of each state. So summation I is equal to, so this is I is equal to 1 to n, small n, Pi into Hi. So it is equal to P1 into H1 plus P of 2 into H2. So P of 1, we just calculated that as a 3 by 7. H1 is 0.9183. And P of 2, probability of 2 is 4 by 7 into H2. H2 is just now calculated, we got 0.8113. So after the calculation, we get H is equal to 0.8572 bits per message symbol. So I want you to calculate using the calculators, get the values, and just compare here whether you are getting these same values or not. Okay. So solve this example step by step. So this is about the first sub question. Okay. So first solve this first sub question. Then we will go to the second one for plotting of trees to get these values G1, G2, G3 and all. Okay. So first finish the first sub question, calculating the entropy for the source. So any doubts in the first part, first sub question?
No, sir.
Okay, shall we go to the second one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for the first sub question, we have already seen many problems regarding how to calculate the entropy of the source in previous class also. So let's skip to the second part now. So the tree diagram. So now we need to draw this tree diagram to get the symbols emitted by the source, okay, at the second stage and third stage. At second stage and third stage. So the tree diagram representing the initial state is 1 and 2. So we have an initial state given here 1 and 2. Okay. So these are the initial states 1 and 2, state 1 and state 2. So these are the initial states. So the first state at the end of a first symbol interval. So we get this tree up to this level, the tree up to this level. Okay. Next, this is the first state at the end of first symbol interval. First symbol interval means at the end of first symbol emission. So for example, from 1 to 1, if there is a transition, so this becomes the emission of one symbol with probability 2 by 3. Okay. So from 1 to 1, we have a symbol emission, and that symbol is X, and the probability of that symbol is 2 by 3. Okay. So is there any transition from 1, any other transitions from state 1? So there is one more transition from state 1, that is 1 to 2 with probability 1 by 3, and the symbol emitted during this transition is Z. So now we need to draw this in the state diagram.
2.
So from 1 to 2, we have one transition. The symbol emitted is Z, and the probability with which this symbol is emitted is 1 by 3. So first let me draw this diagram here only. So we have two states, 1 and 2. So we have one symbol emission during this transition. So it is 1 to 2 with the probability 1 by 3. The symbol emitted is Z, and during this transition, which is the symbol emitted? Again, Z with probability 1 by 4, and we have one transition from 1 to 1 itself, and the symbol emitted is which one? X with probability 2 by 3, and we have one transition from 2 to 2. Symbol emitted is Y with probability 3 by 4. Okay, for this given state diagram, we are drawing the tree diagram here. For given state diagram, we are drawing the tree. So this is the initial states, P1 and P2. So these two initial states are occurring with probability 3 by 7 and 4 by 7. P1 is occurring with probability 3 by 7 and P2 is occurring with probability 4 by 7. Now, from this initial state, going to the next state. So the next state from 1 is by the transition from 1 to 1. In this transition, one symbol is emitted by the source, and that symbol is X, and the probability of emission of that symbol is 2 by 3. Okay. From the same initial state 1, if there is one more transition from 1 to 2, the symbol emitted by the source is Z with the probability 1 by 3. Okay, any doubts till now? Have you understood up to this point?
Yes, sir.
So these are the transitions from initial state 1. So for initial state 2, what are the transitions given here in this state diagram? We have one transition from 2 to 1 and from 2 to 2 itself. 2 to itself. So let's see, from 2 to 1, what is the probability of symbol emission and which symbol is emitted? Z is the symbol emitted from 2 to 1. Z is the symbol emitted, and what is the probability? 1 by 4.
1 by 4.
Okay. So now from 2 to 2, we have another transition from 2 to 2. And which is the symbol emitted? Y is the symbol emitted with the probability 3 by 4. Okay. So this is the first state at the end of a first symbol interval. First symbol interval, that is the first symbol emission by the source. Okay. So here at this state, what are the symbols emitted? Total symbols emitted. So here we have X. At this state we have Z, because in this transition we have Z symbol emitted. In this transition we have X symbol emitted. So at the end of this transition we have the symbol emitted, that is X. And what is the total probability? So we have the initial state probability, that is 3 by 7, and the symbol emission probability with 2 by 3, right? So what is the total symbol emission? What is the probability of this state, X symbol emission? Multiply these two. It is 3 by 7 into 2 by 3. So if we multiply these two probabilities, 3 by 7 and 2 by 3, you will get the probability at this state, at this new state. Okay. And what is this value? 3 get cancelled
2
each
by
other.
7.
2 by 7. Okay. So X is the symbol emitted here. So in the similar way, here we have the symbol emitted, that is Z. And what is the total probability at this state? What is the total probability at this state? Multiply these two. The probability with which this initial state is occurring and the probability with which a symbol is emitted during the transition from 1 to 2. So the total probability at this state is 3 by 7, the probability with initial state, into 1 by 3. So what is the final probability? 1 by 7. So that is what he have given. 3 can cancel each other. So 1 by 7 is the probability at this state. So similarly at this state. So the symbol emitted is Z and the total probability at this state is 4 by 7 into 1 by 4. This 4 get cancel each other. So the probability that we left with is 1 by 7. So similarly at this state, Y is the symbol emitted. So we have Y at this state. Okay. And the total probability of emission of this symbol Y is what? 4 by 7 into 3 by 4. This 4 and this 4 get cancel each other. So what we left with? 3 by 7 is the total probability. So have you understood up to this point? Any doubts? Any doubts up to the first state? So these are the initial states, and this is the first state, this is second state, and this is third state. So any doubts up to this first state?
No, sir.
Yes?
No, sir. No.
Okay. So let's go to the second state. So right now we are in the state 1. Okay. So we have one transition again from state 1. There are only actually two transitions. There are only two transitions from state 1 and there are two transitions from state 2. For 1, we have this transition 1 to 1 and from 1 to 2. Okay. So we are extending this tree diagram now. So from 1 to 1, again, during this transition, we have X symbol emitted. Okay. So from 1 to 1, we have X symbol emitted with the probability 2 by 3. So X symbol is emitted with probability 2 by 3. Okay. And 1 to 2. So during this transition, which is the symbol emitted? From 1
Z.
to 2. Z is the symbol emitted, and what is the probability?
1 by 3.
Oh yeah, sorry, 1 by 3, right? So 1 by 3 is the probability. So similarly, for state 2, we have two transitions. So here, while writing this tree diagram, you need to consider the outgoing transitions from that state. Outgoing transitions. Okay, from 2, we have two outgoing transitions, from 2 to 2 itself, and from 2 to 1, we have one outgoing transition. So from 2 to 1, which is the symbol emitted? 2 to 1, Z is the symbol emitted. So here we have Z. And from 2 to 2, we have Y symbol emitted. Okay. So now consider at the end of this state, at the end of the second state. So already here at the end of first state, we have X symbol. So during this transition, we have one more X symbol emitted. Okay, so now we have finally X and X. So the symbol at the end of this state is XX. Okay, and what is the total probability of emission of this symbol? So that is the multiplication of probability of this and probability of the symbol emitted during the transition. So it is nothing but 2 by 7 into 2 by 3. So what is the final value? 4 by
21.
4 by 21 is the answer. So that is the total probability at this state. So similarly, at this state, which is the final symbol, that we get at the end of this state. So already we have X here. So there is a transition from this to this, and the symbol emitted during this transition is Z. So X, Z. So first X, then Z. So X into Z, or XZ is the symbol emitted or symbol that we get at the end of this state. And what is the total probability? 2 by 7 into 1 by 3. Okay, so 2 by 7 into 3 is 21. 2 by 21 is the probability. So similarly, what is the symbol at the end of this state? So already here we have Z. So during this transition, again Z is emitted. So the symbol at the end of this state is ZZ. Final probability 1 by 7 into 1 by 4. So it is 1 by 28. So now at this state, so already here we have Z. So from this state we have a transition, and the symbol emitted during this transition is Y. So it is ZY is the new symbol at the end of this state. So it is ZY, and the final probability is 1 by 7 into 3 by 4. It is 3 by 28. So similarly, in this tree diagram, okay. So from 1 to 1, we have symbol emitted, it is X. From 1 to 2, we have symbol emitted. Which is the symbol emitted? From 1 to 2? Which is the symbol emitted here?
Z.
Z is the symbol emitted. From 2 to 1, which is the symbol emitted? 2 to 1?
Z.
Again Z. From 2 to 2 is Y.
Y.
And these are the probabilities of symbol emission. These are the probabilities of symbol emission. So we need to calculate the total probability at the end of that state, at the end of that symbol emission. So here the symbol emitted is ZX. Here the symbol emitted is ZZ. Here the symbol emitted is YZ. Here the symbol emitted is YY. Okay. So in our example, they have asked us to calculate up to G3. Okay. So G1 is the average information content at the end of first state, first symbol emission. G2 is the average information content per symbol at the end of second symbol emission. Okay. Similarly, G3 is the average information content per symbol at the end of 3 symbol emissions. Okay. It is just like extension of the basic source. Here we have a basic source at the end of a first stage, at the end of a first state, X, Z, and Y. These are the 3 symbols emitted in this first state, and then we are go on extending it. So this is the second extension. This is the third extension. Okay, and about the extension we have already covered in this in our previous classes. So let's see first let's complete this tree diagram and then we will come to how to that relation of the tree diagram and the extension. Okay. So have you understood up to this point?
Yes,
Up
sir.
to the end of second state? Any doubts up to this?
No, sir.
Okay, let's see for the one more extension. One more state. So at the end of third symbol interval, third symbol emission. Okay. So this tree diagram is again we are extending for the third state at the end of third symbol interval. So again 1 to 1 we have one transition, and during this transition which is the symbol emitted? 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 transition, which is the symbol emitted, that is X, and this is the probability of emission of that symbol 2 by 3. Okay. So from 1 to 2, from 1 to 2, which is the symbol emitted?
Z.
Z. And here from 2 to 1?
1 by 4. Z.
Z. From 2 to 2, Y. From 1 to 1 again, X. From 1 to 2, Z. 2 to 1, Z.
Z.
2 to 2, Y. Similarly, continuing for this initial state, from 1 to 1, X. 1 to 2, 1 to 2 it is Z. 2 to 1 again Z. From 2 to 2, Y. 1 to 1 X. 1 to 2 Z. 2 to 1 Z. And 2 to 2 it is Y. So now let's combine these symbol emitted with already present symbol. So X, X, one more X. So X, X, X is the new symbol emitted at the end of this third state. Now coming to this state, which is the symbol that we get? X, X and Z. X, X, Z. X, X, Z is the new symbol at the end of this state. At this X, Z, Z. X, Z, Z. Okay. So at this state we have X, Z, Y. At this state we have Z, Z. Here we have Z, Z. Z, Z, X. Z, Z, Z. Z, Y, Z. Z, Y, Y. Z, X, X. Z, X, Z. Z, Z, Z. Z, Z, Y. Y, Z, X. Y, Z, Z. Y, Y, Z. Y, Y, Y. So these are the symbols emitted, and you can also calculate the final probability at the end of this third state. So here the final probability that we got is 4 by 21. Now during this transition we have the probability of 2 by 3. Now multiplying these two probabilities, you will get the final probability at the end of this symbol emission. At the end of this symbol XXX symbol emission, you will get, this is the probability of emission of XXX symbol. Okay. So 4 by 21 into 2 by 3. 4 by 21 into 2 by 3. So you will get 8 by 64. Okay. So if this is the transition that occurs, then you will get XXZ as the symbol, and the occurrence of this symbol will happen with this probability 4 by 63. So in the same way, we have calculated the final probabilities of all these three third state symbols. So any doubts in this tree diagram?
No, sir.
Any doubts in this tree diagram?
No, sir.
Okay, this question is for 12 to 15 marks. 12 to 15 marks. So this is very important question. Now we have written the tree diagram. So using this tree diagram, let's find out the probabilities of these symbols emitted at different states, state 1, state 2, and state 3. So the symbols produced by the source will have an alphabet S bar. So this is S bar. S bar. So in the previous class, we were discussing about this adjoint source. Adjoint source is a zero memory source. So written this carefully. Adjoint source is a zero memory source, which is having the symbols of the first state emission. Okay. Adjoint source is a zero memory source that has the source symbols of the first symbol emitted of the first order, and the probabilities of these symbols will be the first order probabilities. So let me explain it once again. So what is this adjoint source? Adjoint source is a zero memory source. Actually, this tree diagram represents the transitions for the Markov source. Here, the source that we have considered is a Markov source. In this Markov source only, we can define one more source as an adjoint source. So this adjoint source is nothing but a zero memory source, but having a symbol emitted at the first order. Okay, first order of the Markov source. Here the first order is this. These are the first order symbols. These are the first order probabilities. So this is the first order, second order, third order. Okay, so adjoint source is a zero memory source, which is having the symbols of first order of the Markov source, and the probabilities is the first order probabilities. Probabilities at the end of first symbol interval, that is P of X, P of Y, P of Z. So which are the different symbols emitted here? X, Z, Z is repeated here again, and Y. So the symbols, if they have repeated, we can ignore them and we can consider only one out of those repeated symbols. Okay. So what are the different symbols emitted at the end of the first order, at the end of the first state? So that are X, Y, and Z. So X, Y, Z. And these are the probability of occurrence of these X, Y, Z. P of X. So we have calculated here P of X. So what is the probability of occurrence of P of X here? 3 by 7 into 2 by 3, we get 2 by 7. So the same probability we are taking here. P of X is equal to 2 by 7. P of Y, where is P of Y? Here is a Y symbol emitted. So what is the probability at this state, at this stage, at this order? It is 4 by 7 into 3 by 4. Sorry, it is 1 by 7, right? What is the initial state probability? What is the probability of P of 2? Okay, it is 4 by 7. So 4 by 7 into 3 by 4. So what you will get? This 4 get cancel each other, and we left with 3 by 7. Right? So 3 by 7 is the probability of P of Y. So P of Y we have 3 by 7. So 4 by 7 into 3 by 4. So similarly P of Z. So here we have 2 times Z symbol has been emitted by the source. Okay. So we need to consider both of them. So let's consider first this one. Okay. 3 by 7 into 1 by 3 is the probability of this symbol emission Z, and one more Z we have here. And what is the probability of getting this symbol? We are adding here. to get the final probability of Z symbol emission. So it is 4 by 7. So this value 4 by 7 and transition probability into 1 by 4. So what is the value? So here 3 get cancel each other, here 4 get cancel each other. So 1 by 7 plus 1 by 7. What is the value? 2 by 7 is the probability of symbol Z. So here it is. P of Z is equal to 3 by 7 into 1 by 3 plus 4 by 7 into 1 by 4. 4 get cancel each other, 3 get cancel each other, and we get 2 by 7. Okay. Actually, here we have different probabilities, 1 by 7 and 1 by 7. We can directly add them to get the probability of this symbol which has repeated 2 times. Okay. So this is the final probabilities. So now in the question they have asked us to calculate this G of G1, and to calculate the G1 we have the equation here. Gn in general, it is given by 1 by n, where n is the number of symbols. Okay, 1 by n summation I is equal to 1 to 3 p of mi log 1 by p of mi. So this is nothing but the entropy for the zero memory source. In early classes we have seen the entropy equation for the zero memory source. The same we are writing here, but it is now the average value, average information content. So it is divided by 1 by n. Okay, so that is what this G of n represents. So this G of n is a average information content per symbol. Average information content per symbol. So here we have X, Y, and Z. Okay, so there is only one symbol emission per state. So this n value will become 1. Okay, so there is only one symbol emitted. So the length of the symbol emission is 1. So this n represents the length of the symbol emitted. So the length of the symbol emitted is 1 here. So that's why n is equal to 1. So we will ignore this value. So we will ignore this value for G1. So the only thing that is left here is this equation. Okay, and this equation is nothing but the entropy of the source. So substituting the values, 2 by 7, 3 by 7, and 2 by 7. 2 by 7 log 7 by 2 plus 3 by 7 log 7 by 3 plus 2 by 7 again log 7 by 2. So this is the value that we get. So this is the G1. Okay, so if this is the symbol emitted, XX, XY, XZ. So if this is the symbol emitted, then what about the n value? N value becomes 2. So n value represents the length of these symbols emitted. So here it is 1. So that's why we have taken this n value equal to 1. Here it is 2. So that's why the n value becomes 2. Otherwise, you can consider this n as a extension. So here we have only x, y, z. So there is only a single extension, xx, xy, xz. We will take the extension, second extension of this. So n value become 2. If we have these symbols, then so this will be considered as a third extension. So n value becomes 3. Have you understood up to this point? Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, now considering the second extension, the symbols produced by the source at the end of second symbol interval. So this is the extension of this second extension of this basic source. S bar is nothing but the adjoint source. So we have XX, XZ, ZZ, ZY, ZX, YZ, and YY. These are the symbols we have already seen here. And just look at these symbols and tell me if there is any repetition of the symbols. Is there any repetition of the emitted symbols here at the end of this second state? Is there any repetition of the symbols? XX, XZ, ZZ, ZY, ZX, ZZ, YZ, YY. Is there any repetition? Any symbol repeated here? You can see XX, XZ, ZZ, ZY, ZX, ZZ, YZ, YY. ZZ, here we have one ZZ and we have one more Z symbol here, ZZ and ZZ. So here ZZ symbol is repeated 2 times. So again, while calculating the probabilities, we need to add them. So here XX 4 by 21. So this is what we got here. XX 4 by 21, 4 by 21 XX, XZ 2 by 21. XZ 2 by 21, probability of XZ is 2 by 21. ZY 3 by 28, ZY, okay, ZY 3 by 28, ZX 2 by 21, ZX 2 by 21. So we can write the rest of the things, but for ZZ, which is repeated 2 times, we need to add these 2. ZZ, it is 1 by 28 plus 1 by 21. You need to add these 2, 1 by 28 plus 1 by 21. So to get the final probability of that symbol which is repeated 2 times, we need to add the probabilities of those 2 transitions. 1 by 28 plus 1 by 21. So 1 by 28 plus 1 by 21, we will get 1 by 12 as the answer. Okay. So now using these probabilities of the second extended source, second extension of this adjoint source, we need to calculate the entropy. So first calculate the entropy using the basic entropy equation that we have seen in the early classes for zero memory source. So now G2 is what? We have calculated the entropy here. To get the G2 value, we need to divide this by 2 because it is a second extension or the second order probabilities. Second order probabilities. So it is 2 divided by 2, you will get G2. Okay. So similarly for the third state or third order probabilities and third order symbols. Symbols produced by the source at the end of third symbol interval will have these probabilities. So it is a third extension. S bar raised to 3. So this raised to 3 represents that it is a third extension of the adjoint source. Adjoint source is here, XYZ. And this is the third extension. XXX, XXZ, XZZ, XZY. So these are the symbols. And now these are the probabilities. And we have already written those probabilities here. And you know how to calculate these probabilities, final probabilities. This probability into the probability of extension, sorry, the probability of emission during this transition. So this into this, you will get 8 by 63, 4 by 64 by doing multiplication of this and this probability. 1 by 42 by multiplying 2 by 21 into 1 by 4. So like this, we have calculated all the probabilities for the third symbol interval or third order probabilities. third order symbols. So these are the probabilities of, sorry, this is for second. Okay. Probabilities for the third order symbols, third symbol emission. So these are the probabilities. So now the entropy of the source at the end of third symbol interval. So again, using this same basic entropy equation, which we have seen for the zero memory source, not for the entropy. In the entropy, first we need to calculate the entropy of each state and then entropy of the whole source. Okay. For the entropy, entropy of the Markov source. But here, for the adjoint source, we are considering the entropy of the zero memory source, because adjoint source is nothing but a zero memory source. Okay. This adjoint source is nothing but a zero memory source, which is having the symbols emitted at the end of the first state of the Markov source. Okay. So the symbols in this adjoint source are the symbols emitted by the Markov source at the first state or the first order. You just need to make out the difference here between the adjoint source and the Markov source. Markov source is a dependent source. Adjoint source is a zero memory source or independent source. And this adjoint source are having the symbols which are emitted by the Markov source at the first symbol interval or the first order. Okay. Now entropy for this third extended source. So this is what we get. Okay. So now G3, calculating the G3, just dividing this entropy for the third extension by 3. So this is the n value. So this is the n value, actually n value. So this n value we have substituted as 3 because it is a third extended or third order probabilities. So this is what we get. So one thing, let's check first what we got as a G1. G1 value is 1.55. G1 value is 1.55. And G2, what is the G2 value? G2 value is 1.30. 1.30. And G3 is 1.17. And final entropy, the entropy which we have calculated in the first sub question, it is 0.8572. 0.8572. 0.8572. Okay, now you can see. So this G1 value is greater than G2, which is greater than G3, which is greater than H. So this is what we need to prove, and hence it is proved here using these equations. And one thing you need to remember is this condition we got because of this equation, this Gn. So in the Gn we have n in the numerator, sorry, n in the denominator. So this n represents what? Extension or the length of the message, length of the symbol emitted by the source. If the length is small, you will get the higher information content. If the length emitted is bigger or large or long, you will get the smaller average information content. Okay. So in the G1 we have only X, Y, Z. In G2 we have XX, XY, XZ, like that. In G3 we have XXX, XXY, XXZ. So as these extension goes on increasing, you will get the decreasing value of information content. So this is what it proves. So any doubts in this? Have you understood up to this?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
No, sir.
Any doubts remaining students?
No, sir.
Okay, whenever they ask you to find this G1, G2, G3 or any of these G1 values, Gn values, you need to compulsorily draw this tree diagram. You need to remember that they are not going to mention you to draw the tree diagram and then calculate G1, G2, G3. Whenever they ask G1, G2 or G3 values like that, you need to compulsorily draw this tree diagram and then do the calculation, because this tree diagram is having a major part of the marks goes to this tree diagram. Is that understood? Okay, so let's conclude this class here. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. And the notes related to today's class, I will post it later. Okay. Just a minute. I will download the attendance now. So any doubts once again?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you for joining.